morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the day it may be for you and whatever part of the world you may be in. This is Dr. Don with another daily LightPoint. We just wrapped up our Labor Day holiday. Happy Labor Day for all those who celebrated. So we've been on a couple-day hiatus coming off of the CultureCon conference, then Labor Day. Now we're back at it. I'm excited to release a podcast that we recorded while live at the CultureCon conference. Very thought-provoking conversation with an individual whom I respect and admire for their transparency, for their authenticity, for their willingness to engage in dialogue that I think is very important. So tune in for that in the coming days. With that being said, we're going to kick off the back end of this week. And I was engaged in just casual conversation with an individual, and we were talking about the work that we both do, and I used the term transformation, right? Transformation in the context of driving transformation and how individuals and teams engage, how they interact, how they make decisions in business each and every day, transforming how they show up as leaders in their lives, personally and professionally. And the individual, this was at the airport, they said, well, what does transformation mean? I'm like, well, I could give you the technical definition, but I thought I just explained to you what it meant in our context. And then I thought about it. I said, how can I emphasize the impact that I believe that we have in organizations and we have with individuals as advisors, as coaches, strategists? And the one thing that came to mind for me was this premise of transforming limitations into possibilities. Let me say it again. Transforming limitations into possibilities. So I think for the back end of this week, I want that to be the theme this week. What's required for us to transform limitations into possibilities? What I love about this premise is both it's psychological, it's physical, it's mental. It transfers and transcends any specific scenario. A limitation can evolve or in many forms, but the limitation essentially is what holds us back from realizing our true light point. Transforming limitations into possibilities. It doesn't matter what you're setting out to accomplish, personally as a leader or organizationally. There's a perceived limitation in your capacity or your impact. Something's getting in the way. And how do we transform what's perceived as a limitation into the mindset and action around possibility? Imagine navigating this world where every barrier you encountered was perceived as a true possibility. I know oftentimes we convolute the context of possibility versus opportunity. I want to unpack that a bit tomorrow, but just for today, I want you to rest in the idea that any limitation, and the beauty about limitation is you can attach that to anything. A barrier may be a limitation. An obstacle may be a limitation. A tribulation may be a limitation or perceived limitation, which means I want to go to this distance, but I'm limited because of this thing. What if the limitation becomes a possibility. The possibility to realize something, to overcome something, to do something. Imagine starting with the mindset that any limitation we encounter in life is in fact a possibility. Possibility to slow down, a possibility to speed up, a possibility to overcome. I just want you to rest in that. We don't have to unpack that any further. But over the next series of light points, I just want to unpack this premise of transforming limitations into possibilities. That's it. Just marinate on that. With that being said, thanks for tuning in to our daily light points every day. Thank you for being patient with us as we navigate this. Thank you for allowing us to build some momentum around this effort. And I look forward to you tuning in again. Real leaders, real talk, real time.